Hello everyone, and welcome back to Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in today's episode as well as tomorrow, I'd like to go over 40 symptoms that should warrant you to see your acupuncturist right away, as well as your doctor. Okay, because this was an interesting topic I've had with several of my patients and colleagues, and even a few people who've engaged in chat sessions with some of these disorders. So I'm putting several requested topics together. 15 of them were topic requests, but in this episode we'll go over 20. And then part 2 tomorrow, we'll do the final 20. But 40 symptoms that should warrant you to see your acupuncturist and your doctor. Now, the first one would be floaters. Like if you see floaters in front of your eyes, this could be a sign of a more intense vision problem, such as retinal detachment, or retinal tear, or inflammation in the eye, so forth and so on. Along with seeing your doctor to make sure you're looking to avoid permanent vision loss, you also want to see your acupuncturist as well, because one of several symptoms, this can be a symptom of, in acupuncture, a sign of blood deficiency. Now, blood deficiency as being diagnosed by an acupuncturist, a symptom can be floaters. It can be. And from an acupuncturist perspective, I'm not speaking in absolute terms relative to any of the symptoms that I discuss. It's all potential possibility. Okay. Another is finding yourself having a high fever that just won't quit. Whereas in allopathic medicine, this could be due to a number of ailments, or to some extent in the world of acupuncture. It depends on what other symptoms are accompanying it. Is there nausea? Is there vomiting? Is there coughing? Are there headaches? An acupuncturist could see this as a yang ming disorder, or if there are accompanying symptoms such as cough, nausea, vomiting, headaches. Could this be a concurrent Tai-Yang-Tai-Yin syndrome, Tai-Yang-Tai-Yin Yang-Ming, Tai-Yang Yang-Ming syndrome? There's many ways. It all depends on what symptoms are accompanying this fever. Another is, do you have sudden eye pain that just came out of nowhere? Whereas in allopathic medicine, this can be a symptom of conjunctivitis, which is contagious. Whereas when it comes to acupuncture, can we see this as the liver meridian being affected in some way, shape, or form? Because the liver in Eastern medicine is tied to the eyes, your vision. Now, another symptom can be shortness of breath. You don't know why. Like if you experience shortness of breath as a result of doing aerobic exercises, jogging, so forth and so on. It's nothing to panic about. I mean, because you're placing a lot of pressure on your lungs to infuse oxygen into the muscle tissue to sustain your regimen, your exercise regimen or task. Whereas in Chinese medicine or in acupuncture, for one, this can be lung qi deficiency. Now, I'm going over this just to help you guys understand. And I've had cases of patients who experienced shortness of breath and no idea why. The lung, kidney meridian, qi hua, qi mechanism between the two yin organs disrupted, causing lung qi deficiency. Now, another symptom can be your vision is suddenly blurry. In allopathic medicine, this can be related to a chronic health condition such as diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, something systemic that gets progressively worse over time. Whereas in acupuncture, this can possibly be blood or body fluid deficiency. Another symptom can be you can suddenly have intense shoulder pain, which can be a sign of a heart attack. And it's something that you have to take seriously. There's many diagnoses for this in acupuncture when it comes to acupuncture. From qi and blood stasis, heart qi deficiency, many things. I mean, I could just go on and on and on, another symptom that we experience here is when you wear contact lenses and your eyes become watery red and very painful. Now, this can magnify the risk of infection. So if you wear contacts, you want to stay on top of cleaning them and replacing them as well. Because this can lead to a myriad of other problems. Another symptom to be concerned about is chest pressure. This can be a sign of a heart attack, pulmonary embolism, aortic dissection, arrhythmia, even pneumonia, believe it or not. Can an acupuncturist see this as an external syndrome if you want to talk about pneumonia or a sign of heart blood stasis relative to heart attack or what have you? Another symptom of concern is double vision. That can be a sign of high blood pressure or even potentially having a stroke. In what ways can an acupuncturist diagnose this as liver blood deficiency? One of many, many, many potential symptoms. And this is just to sort of get you guys to understand, how we diagnose in the world of acupuncture, its potentials. Nothing's absolute here. Because the overacting or underacting of one meridian can negatively impact the other. So as an acupuncturist, we have to find out where the deficiency lies and where the excess lies, and achieve or restore balance as a result. Another is chest tightness, which can indicate, an aortic dissection, heart attack, pulmonary embolism again, or an arrhythmia. You want to sit with your doctor, and you also want to sit with your acupuncturist. Could it be heart chi or heart blood deficiency? It can be a myriad of things in the world of acupuncture. You can have weakness, let's say, on one side of your body as another symptom. Sit with your doctor. Sit with your acupuncturist. Or sudden chest pain. Acid reflux. Which aspect? Heart issues. Of 6 syndrome diagnosis. Can there be concurrent syndromes? How does an acupuncturist diagnose this? Another symptom is dizziness and chest pain. Can an acupuncturist see this as liver or heart blood deficiency? Possibly. But in allopathic medicine, it's a sign that something's wrong with the heart. So you want to go see your doctor. Another symptom of the 40 can be leg or foot pain that gets worse at night. Now, acupuncturists that follow Jing-Feng theory, this can very possibly be a sign of blood deficiency. Disorders that usually get worse at night can, and again, I don't speak in absolute terms, can be a sign of blood deficiency. This is why I'm telling you this, because this is why it's important to sit with your acupuncturist, as well as see a doctor, because this can also, from an allopathic medicine perspective, this can be a sign of a stress fracture, sign of a blood clot. It's all about being proactive and staying healthy. And this is why, you guys, so many people globally tune into Acupuncture is My Life podcast. Because there's so much to learn. And this is why I always say, follow us on every social media platform under Acupuncture is My Life, as well as on YouTube under Acupuncture is My Life, Twitter, Acu_is_my_life. Because there's so much that many are learning relative to the benefits of acupuncture. Forget about it. Another symptom can be throat pain that started in your chest. An acupuncturist can diagnose this as Tai-Yang disorder, or as Tai-Yang syndrome, relative to the 6 syndromes, among others. There's many ways to diagnose these disorders, and it's up to us to figure out its cause. And how do we restore balance in the body? But relative to allopathic medicine, this can be a sign of heart issue. Another symptom is your breathing becomes rapid. Boom, out of nowhere. Could this be tied to asthma? Could it be tied to a blood clot or a lung problem? In acupuncturist, we look, is there some type of disturbance the body's chi mechanism. The relationship between the kidneys and the lungs. Is there some type of disorder in the lung meridian? There's many ways we can look at it. In other disorders, you can break out into a sweat and it just came from nowhere. Like, whereas is it a sign of fever, heart attack, some type of heart issue? An acupuncturist can see it as a Taiyang syndrome, some type of external disorder. There's many ways we can look at that. Definitely some form of qi deficiency. You can also have sudden stiff neck with a headache. A lot of times in allopathic medicine, this is due to muscle spasms. But sometimes, let's say, a stiff neck with headache and you're sensitive to light can be an infection of the brain in allopathic medicine. An acupuncturist can see this as Taiyang disorder, or is it what type of concurrent disorder following Taiyang that allows us to also attach a bentun to it. But this is, I don't want to get too far off the deep end with how acupuncturists can look at certain symptoms, but these are symptoms that are extremely important for you to go see a doctor. Another is swollen legs, feet, ankles, which can come out of nowhere and be considered a sign of congestive heart failure, liver disease, cancer, or what have you. As an acupuncturist, do we potentially diagnose this as water qi syndrome? What's the cause? See, so seeing your doctor and your acupuncturist, the relationship, forget about it. Priceless. It's not just, oh my gosh, I have a great acupuncturist, or, I deal with, or I'm a member of Acupuncturist my life. Because we have membership packages here. We have members as far as Mozambique. We have members in Europe, some in Canada, and if I'm not mistaken, some in Colombia, South America. Constantly engaged in telehealth sessions, training them with acupuncture relative to their symptoms, recommending herbs, discussing qigong. Forget about it. Acupuncture my life is global, but having an acupuncturist and a doctor that you work with simultaneously relative to any disorder you may be facing is priceless. Priceless. Another symptom of concern can be your heart skipping beats. How is this viewed? It can be something harmless, but it can also be something serious that's left for both your doctor and your acupuncturist to figure out. Because in acupuncture, this can be an unresolved external disorder, which is considered bentun in the Jing Fong theory, or something along the heart meridian. It's hard. I can't sit here and just say, hey, this is exactly what it is. It's like I started the podcast out. Nothing's absolute with what I'm saying. But can it be potential? Yeah. Just to educate you as to ways in which the diagnosis by an acupuncturist can be different from that of your doctor, but can also share the same target or support each other. Because your doctor can treat the symptom, which is considered the branch, and your acupuncturist can treat the root, with hopes that you no longer encounter or experience this again. And here at Acupuncture is My Life, we have tons of doctors in our network. We work together in resolving many health issues, so that the patient doesn't have to come back, or it doesn't become a more serious problem, something of concern, something life-threatening. So this is why here at Acupuncture is My Life, we talk about being proactive, doing your own research, and we never, ever say to anyone with any disorder to use acupuncture as a standalone form of medicine. Acupuncture is great as an adjunct to allopathic medicine as well. So both forms of healthcare support each other. So it's not a thing of, and here at Acupuncture is My Life, we've run into this quite often. Their doctor couldn't resolve something, but what they've prescribed can help cope. But wow, accompanying that with acupuncture treatments, boom. I don't experience this or that anymore. We get that a lot. Sit with your local acupuncturist. And if you can't find one, this is why I say follow Acupuncture is My Life on every social media platform. Even download the app at the Google Play Store to get free access to telehealth. But here at Acupuncture is My Life, it's all about acupuncture and how we can help you. But what I've just went over, are 20 of 40 symptoms in which you should see your acupuncturist and your doctor right away. Now, in the next episode, I'll discuss the other 20 and how it can potentially be diagnosed by an acupuncturist. But until then, acupuncture is my life. What's yours?